This is Wisdom Announced 5, and today I want to discuss the TikTok bill ban. They are about to, put it into place this weekend, sign the bill to ban TikTok in the US. So let's break it down right now. Let me get this article up and we can discuss it. All right. Here we go, right here from the 16th. Steve Munchin's TikTok takeover plan continues while senators ponder a ban. And this was earlier this week on the 16th. As U.S. senators ponder a TikTok ban, Steve Mnuchin continues his work towards making a bid on the China-owned app, angling for a partnership with a tech company like Oracle to rebuild the platform's algorithm. That's right, he wants to completely rebuild the algorithm for TikTok in America. You mean that same algorithm that makes it such a great app that, throws you those great videos, those great posts, you name it. He wants to get rid of that and rewrite it. Sorry. And this guy has no clue as to how tech works. You can tell when you hear him speak. Anyways, let's get back into the article. After House officials voted to pass a bill requiring TikTok's Beijing-based parent ByteDance to divest the platform within 6 months or face a U.S. ban, former Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin revealed his plans to make a bid to buy TikTok. U.S. senators continue deliberating on the bill, making its future uncertain, especially before an election cycle. Of course, during an election cycle, as someone who's not political, they always use the election cycle to pull nonsense to, attempt to take away your freedom, you name it. But that's just giving Mnuchin more time to consider his options when it comes to partnering with the AI firm that can quickly rebuild TikTok's algorithm. Mnuchin first revealed that he was flirting with the idea of making a bid to buy TikTok last month when the White House overwhelmingly voted in favor of a bill to force its divestment. Now, the New York Post has learned that Mnuchin is angling a plan to rebuild TikTok's algorithm in the U.S. as the only likely way to satisfy congressional concerns that the app poses a national security risk, which it doesn't. It doesn't. The biggest security risk is our own government. Our own government is against us. They are the ones, doing this. They are the ones who are tracking all your stuff, you name it, whatever they may be, assuming that they're doing that, of course. Okay. Anyways, further plans to rebuild aspects of the platform could ease the amount of tech China would have to hand over given the country's strict export laws. Anyways, that breaks down what that is about. This was from the 16th, but I want to share a video discussing that because they're talking about this. Well, let's get into this article real quick. TikTok faces Washington reckoning as divest or ban vote nears. Uh, this is from the 17th, from Wednesday. TikTok is heading to its moment of truth in Washington with Congress on a fast track to approve a bill aimed at forcing the social media platform Chinese parent ByteDance to divest controversial ownership stake. Controversial ownership stake, please. Come on. Speaker Mike Johnson plans to include TikTok divestiture legislation already passed in the House in a fast-moving aid package for Ukraine and Israel that the chamber is set to clear on Saturday. The Senate is expected to quickly take up measure, and President Joe Biden promised Wednesday to sign it immediately. You get what he's doing? They're putting this TikTok ban bill at the bottom of a bill where they're funding wars, where they're giving more money to Ukraine, more money to Israel to fund wars. Hey, why not take care of the American people? Why not, do things like feed the homeless? Why not, do something for humanity? Lower gas prices, you name it. No. We gotta fund wars. That's what they're saying. We gotta fund wars. We gotta silence your voice, no matter who you are. We gotta silence you on TikTok because TikTok raises no. TikTok is no what. threat whatsoever. TikTok is, and TikTok also censors. I'm not saying that TikTok doesn't censor, but it is a freer app than, meta-based platforms like Facebook and Instagram. It's just ridiculous. Okay, so let's get into this bill. Uh, if signed into law, the bill would deliver a significant blow to a video sharing app used by as many as 170 million Americans. So this is what government is saying. So 170 million Americans, we're going to silence you. We're going to fund wars and we're going to silence you. We don't want you to have a voice. So how can you not think that they don't hate you? It's obvious. And it's obvious that this is agenda. This is a further agenda. Anyways, its enactment would also mark a major setback to the company's intense lobbying efforts, especially by CEO Xiao Chu. Now, when Xiao Chu spoke to these parasites, to these dinosaurs, who knew nothing about tech, they were just racist. They were towards China. They were full of nonsense when he came to speak in Washington. And this guy was a stand-up guy. This guy, was intelligent. He knew what he was talking about. And they were asking brain dead questions like, if you access TikTok on your phone, can TikTok access your Wi-Fi? Hey, are you brain dead? Are you that stupid? Yes, of course it can. That is the dumbest question. And he was so polite and well-mannered when being thrown all these stupid questions that were just showed how stupid government is and how they have how evil these people, these political parasites are. Anyways, so you know, made the rounds on Capitol Hill last month in a bid to get the Senate to squelch the legislation. TikTok, TikTok in a post on X Wednesday night said it's unfortunate that the House of Representatives is using the cover of important foreign and humanitarian assistance once again to jam through a banned bill that would trample the free speech rights. That's it. Free speech rights. I don't care who you are. You have the right to talk. Not only that, you have the right to be creative. Make a video that encourage somebody, you know, make someone's day. So many people's days are made by them checking out TikTok and seeing a video or a post that resonates with them. And devastate 7 million businesses and shutter a platform. Because small businesses, you name it, restaurants, you name it, they use TikTok to get the word out for their place and for their business. It's insane. Proponents of the bill that claim that China's government uses TikTok as a propaganda tool and could demand that Beijing-based ByteDance share U.S. users' data. This is nonsense. This is nonsense. This is complete and utter nonsense. U.S. government is insane. They are nuts, but we are anyways. Allegations that the company had previously denied. Its enactment risks provoking a fresh showdown with China, whose leaders came out against the sale when Biden previously pressed ByteDance to divest. TikTok has previously rejected the argument from some lawmakers that this measure is trying to save the popular app by forcing Chinese parent company to sell it. TikTok hasn't publicly entertained the possibility of divestiture and has said that passing that bill would result in the app being banned. Even if the bill becomes law, it's expected to face a wave of legal challenges, which I hope it does, from TikTok and its supporters. Its supporters should continue to use TikTok for as long as they possibly can and support it, and show love to this great app. The company intends to exhaust all legal challenges before it considers any kind of divestiture from ByteDance if legislation targeting the app becomes law, according to people familiar with the matter. Anyways, anyone, I want to share this video because this explains why they can't divest and why that's not an option and why more lies from politicians. Of course, no surprises here, but let's check out this video. And hold on just 1 second.
So here's a piece of information that everyone needs to start sharing and talk about, which is that by default under Chinese export law, ByteDance cannot actually sell. China, just like the US and many other countries, have certain trade restrictions, export and import. And one of those restrictions is that they can't simply export their technology. Now, our lawmakers who came up with this divest or get banned bill already understood that ByteDance cannot sell under Chinese export law. That's why they came up with this bill. They want to basically ban TikTok and blame the Chinese government. This bill was never about divest or get banned. It was literally about, hey, we're going to ban you. And you know what? We're going to ban you because we know you can't sell. Anyone in the media, I'm talking about lawmakers or journalists talking about the sale of TikTok without mentioning this critical factor that they can't actually sell under Chinese export law is essentially a propagandist because they're just pushing the narrative that, hey, they can sell, when in fact the reality is no, they can't sell. In fact, the people who came up with this bill knew that they can't sell. That's why they came up with it, to make it sound like they can sell, so that way they can blame China in the end for banning TikTok, rather than taking the heat, which is a reality, which is that they're just trying to ban TikTok for the sake of banning TikTok. So please share this information because it really makes me sick when I hear stories about how, oh, why don't they just sell? Why don't they just sell? Because the reality is, by law, they can't sell. I mean, you can say both of them together, but just don't talk about selling without mentioning this critical fact.
And let me get over to this article real quick. U.S. This was from last night from NBC News. U.S. likely to enact a law soon that could ban TikTok nationwide. House Speaker Mike Johnson plans to package TikTok legislation with critical aid for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan and send it to the Senate. President Joe Biden vowed to sign it into law. Legislation that could ban TikTok in the U.S. unless it cuts ties with Chinese parent company is on path to quickly get to the President Joe Biden's desk and signed into law. The bill, which has the backing of Biden and key members of Congress, would allow the administration to ban the popular video sharing app nationwide. If it does not divest from Chinese-based ByteDance within a year. A similar bill already passed in the House in a lopsided bipartisan 352 to 65 vote in March, but it has been stalled in the Democratic-controlled Senate, where Commerce Committee Chairwoman Maria Cantwell had been looking to put her mark on it. Now the House plans to package a slightly revised TikTok bill with billions in foreign aid for Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan, all but guaranteeing the potential TikTok ban will become law. So let's fund wars again. Let's fund wars. We gotta fund wars. We gotta be against humanity because we gotta fund wars. That's all we gotta do is fund war. Is the only purpose of the US government to fund wars? Sure seems like it. Sure seems like it. You know, it's insane. It's insane what is going on, and this is exactly why, you know, I stand for humanity. I'm against politics. I want nothing to do with politics. I am all about freedom. And this is just sickening. I mean, and much love to everyone who is, because we're still on the app. The app is still there. Much love to everyone supporting TikTok and continuing to support TikTok. You know, we must stand against this. Because TikTok today, they're gonna take out other things tomorrow. They don't want you to breathe. They don't want you to breathe. If the government had their way, you would not be breathing. They would. Insane. You know, the rich get rich, yeah, rules for them and not for, it's insane. Anyways, bottom line is stand with TikTok, support TikTok, continue to, you know, share your posts, share your videos, you name it. Much love to everyone. Continue to, if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe to this podcast, as I got some great guests coming up. It is, and Wisdom and Knowledge is all about, humanity, sharing their expressions, standing for freedom, you name it, you know, and we cover a lot of topics that are affecting, all of humanity, that everyone is affected. So much love to everyone. And for Wisdom Knowledge 5, I am Mark. Thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe.